out of control. I'm out of control. Out the park. Centerfold. Yeah, hard to say. Overload. Ain't no parking space. On the road. Yeah, I'm out of control. I'm out of control. Out the park. Centerfold. Yeah, say your breath. I'm too cold. Yeah, devil hate me, wanna take my soul. Yeah, I am just a source to what you stole. I'm about to knock it out the park. Yeah, centerfold. Yeah, hard to say. Yeah, overload. What they want, cause they won't leave me alone. Yeah, told them don't let me get in my zone.
Yo, what's good? What's happening? We back. Brand new episode of Trees from the Rain. Glad to be back. It's your boy Chris J. Got the boy Trell Sav on here. Yo. So, got a lot to talk about this week on the hooping side of things, wrestling side of things. Things getting real interesting. But before we get into all of that, make sure you copy some You Tweaking Media merch. You know the vibes. We on Teespring. Type in You Tweaking Media. Copy your t-shirt, hoodie, face mask, whatever. We appreciate it. Support the brand. It goes a long way. And cop our homeboy Chaz, co-host of Timeless Vibes. Stream his new EP, Sacrifices. Really hot. 4 hot songs. Make sure you cop it, stream it, all the above. Keep doing it. Give my boy some money in his pocket, G. Support Chaz Vibe. So, let's go ahead and get into it. We're going to go straight into wrestling this week. Elimination Chamber was just this past Sunday, and for many who thought it was going to be a nice little filler pay-per-view, furthest thing from a filler pay-per-view in normal aspects, especially on the Raw side of things. But so let's just talk about the biggest moment in itself, and that is Drew McIntyre losing the belt to The Miz post Chamber. Drew McIntyre won his Chamber match, which I'm not surprised by at all. The Raw Chamber match was really solid. Drew did overcome the odds, and one of my predictions that I surprised they went all the way for was Bobby Lashley saying, "You know what, fuck it. Yeah, I lost the belt earlier that night. I'm coming for your ass, Drew, and I'm coming for that belt." And got Drew the hell up out of there. Whooped his ass. Literally, like, beat the living daylights out that man. Hey, Luka, I think Luka just gamed. Yep, Luka just gamed the Celtics. Shout out to my boy. Put some respect. This Luka Hive on this podcast. But feel bad for the Celtics. But yeah. So Bobby Lashley came and whooped the shit out of Drew McIntyre's Black History Month. If you have a problem with it, so be it. It be that way. And then Miz comes out and cashes in. Shout out to Drew still adding dramatics, because I really thought if Drew was to lose, it was a setup for Drew to literally just get pinned. But shout out to Drew staying in character of, like, it takes a lot to take him out. Miz gets the belt. We move on. We'll talk about Raw later on. But yeah, that was the most major moment. Huge moment, because I'm surprised I actually pulled the trigger on it. But it gives, like, we already know that Edge and Roman was going to happen. It made the most sense to me, at least. And Raw needed something to get its main title some attention, because it's just Drew doesn't have nobody interesting. Well, I wouldn't even say he has an interesting storyline against anybody he can go against for Mania. Like, Bobby's really hot right now. They really built him up to be a threat. And then you got The Miz just being The Miz. So it's just like they could either do a triple threat thing going into Mania, or you really set up and bring back the Bobby and Drew feud that they had back in Impact, which is really solid. So they got something really interesting going on, at least with the main title going into Mania. So it keeps the main title looking really fresh and gives it something fresh to do. So I'm cool with what they're doing with it right now. It gives the title something to highlight, at least. So, your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm cool with it. I'm not, necessarily. Now, I knew Miz was getting that thing. I want to know if they was going to let Drew keep it the whole year. Have him retain at Mania, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So but they let to keep it for some change. So shout out to them. He did what he had to do as a champion for the Raw brand. Really wasn't a bad championship.
No.
Uh, it was nice. So I don't um I don't see any problem with Mia's taking it from him. Now it all depends now what they do. If they give it straight to Bobby right after Mia's won it, you know, I'm looking at that like, what was the point? But me not liking it is not because I don't hate Bobby Lashley. I can actually give a fuck less. Sorry for cursing. I'm trying to be better, but um, it's just kind of like I don't like when the Money in the Bank get disrespected.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to see that person win the Money in the Bank get a nice title reign.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So shout out to the Miz. Um, I think Bobby's going to get that belt next. You do Bobby Drew at WrestleMania. Bobby retains. Black champ. Can never go wrong with that. Or some negative side for some people, not me. Brock come back. You got Brock Bobby at Mania. Niggas been wanting that fight forever.
And Bobby been wanting it for a long time.
Um,
So.
Two athletic niggas going there like that. You love to see it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm down. Um, but that's it. In my thoughts, I don't really have any more.
Yeah. Yeah, like it's to me, it gives you options going in. So I don't have no issue with anything. So let's go ahead and just rewind the whole goddamn show in itself. So add the damn. All right, so let's go beginning. So it's opened up with one since Keith Lee is out with injury. We don't know what the hell's going on with Keith Lee. Prayers to him. Hope all is well with him. Uh, they had to take him out of the triple threat for the U.S. title and throw somebody. And so the kickoff show had a fatal four way that involved Drew McIntyre. I mean, not Drew McIntyre. Johnny Morrison. Who else was in this damn fatal four way? Hold on. They don't even show it no more on the damn thing. I know John Morrison was in it. And John Morrison, Ricochet, Mustafa Ali, and some other fella nigga. John Morrison won. I really thought they were gonna give it to Mustafa Ali, but can't go wrong. Like John Morrison made sense. Somebody had to eat that pin. So I'm cool with I was cool with that. And then US title. Bobby Lashley looks dominant. He's beating the living hell out of Matt Riddle and John Morrison. It took John Morrison having to kind of hit Bobby Lashley and stunning him out the ring for Matt Riddle to beat Morrison. They like I said, you could just tell in this match that they're really built up Bobby Lashley to be legit a beast. I hate the phrase a black man's a beast, but like as super, like it's dominant. Let's just put that dominant. And like the man ate two of their finishers back to back, and he kicked out.
Yeah, he ate the bro splash. I don't know what the fuck, and the Starship of Pain. So
yeah, so he ate both, kicked out, and then was about to literally get the pin on Riddle or Morrison, and then it took Morrison taking the crutches from MVP and hitting Bobby with it, and then Matt Riddle proceeded to do the whatever his other finisher. That nigga has 3 finishing moves. The bro slam move he has. Ended it, got his belt. I'm happy.
Ain't that the same? Ain't that the same thing as Goldberg's finisher?
No.
He don't got the
jacket. No. Yeah, I don't think he's done that since he moved up. He used to.
I think the Glow Hammer.
he was only doing that when he was feuding with when he had that internet beef with Goldberg doing NXT. I think that's the only time he really did it, which was hilarious as hell. But he hasn't done it since he moved up to the main roster, at least from what I've noticed. And I tend to catch a lot of Matt Riddle matches.
Yeah, I try my best to take my eyes off the Matt Riddle made a force the chick to suck his dick type thing. I try to take my eyes off of that and just look at the wrestling. Very hard to do that.
It is.
If I looked at just the wrestling, I love the fact that Matt Riddle won. This was needed. Mm-hmm. If don't look at the wrestling, look at the rumor. Like, why the fuck would y'all give it to him? But he ain't no Velveteen Dream, which he got a voice record of him saying, "What school you go to?" So, so I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Don't want to hear the NXT call up shit no more.
Yeah, so that shuts that shit down.
Matt Riddle was not racing on the main roster. He will never be racing on the main roster.
Especially when he pops up on TV in prominent roles every week.
Exactly.
Plain and simple. So that's the furthest thing from wasted. But so shout out to Matt Riddle. Then so the the SmackDown number one contendership Elimination Chamber, which involved Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, King Corbin, Jey Uso, Daniel Bryan, Cesaro. I was really hoping that this was going to be Cesaro's moment, but I think not this past week on SmackDown confirmed that he's definitely going to have something going on with Seth, which is huge for him. So literally, like, it was either like, I'm cool with that. It's a nice consolation prize in terms of just seeing Cesaro get his get a nice little strong solo run. So that's good to see. But Daniel Bryan ended up coming out strong, winning. Yeah, he won. Jey Uso literally being the guy who said, "Hey, I'm taking everybody out. I got this." Us was hilarious because people was really sitting there wondering, like, why is people on Twitter was really wondering, like, why is Jey trying to win this match? And it's just like, so it's nobody else. So Roman don't have to fight, which is hilarious. But Daniel Bryan won. It was a good chamber match. Especially after Corbin got eliminated. It was just I wasn't even paying attention when he got eliminated, but once he got eliminated, I was able to pay attention more. And I'm a Corbin fan. It's just I think I'm over the King gimmick with Corbin.
Me too.
Get rid of that shit. Get rid of that shit. Make him go back to his original gimmick. But yeah, shout out to Daniel Bryan, strong performance. Jey Uso had a good performance, and Cesaro really had a good performance. Like those
had an amazing performance.
They all look good. Then immediately afterwards, and I wasn't surprised by it, the big dog, the war chief, tribal chief said, "Hey, raise that cage up. I'm about to beat this little nigga ass." Yeah. Even though I knew Daniel Bryan was going to lose. Just the fact that Dan Bryan at least hit him with the yes lock, but Roman ripping that shit off was like, hey, that was golden. That was golden. I was happy to see something like that. And then Roman just proceeded to choke that nigga out and whoop his ass. So I'm not shocked. I'm not surprised. But then afterwards, Edge pops up and he does the white man's impression of what Roman did to him on SmackDown by putting his hands behind his back while on his knees. It don't work that way, G. It really don't. But I applaud the mayonnaise version of doing it, G. Like, I get it. I get what you was trying to do, but it wasn't hitting the same.
Back on the chamber thing, when he had to fight Roman right after the chamber, we was in a party, we was laughing. It was like all he had to do was take the pin. Like, that's all he had to do. He wanted to fucking do his little label lock and shit, ended up being his ass beat.
Gee, Roman ripped the arms off that nigga and said, "Hey, it's not your time, G." That was the funny part, G. Like, that was the most hilarious part, G. Like, I was watching, I'm sitting there like, yo, this nigga really is about to whoop his ass now. But applaud Daniel Bryan. Shout out to Edge. We already knew what we was getting. Shout out to him pointing at the Mania, you dig, and fireworks. So they had to get that shot in. So anyway, good to see. We're gonna get Spear versus Spear. And also that was probably Edge's best
Early
Spear since he came
prediction.
back.
Early prediction on the spot right now. For you. Not me.
Reigns winning. It's gonna be a fun match, but Reigns is winning.
You think they how long you think the big dog Reign gonna run?
Hey, look, G. I said when Reigns won that motherfucker in SummerSlam, we're getting the Reigns run from hell, like the Triple H reign of terror. We're getting that. It's just,
but Triple H reign of terror was like through multiple championships. He was
like we're going to get. It's going to be some of those, but I don't think he's going to pick and choose. He's going to pick and choose. Like
I don't know. I honestly don't know who he dropped it to. Edge seems like it seems like he dropped it to Edge just to win it back.
Literally.
That's how you.
Yeah, I know that's how you do it.
Story with him coming back now. You ended with him getting that title over Roman, over like nefarious means. Roman beats the dog shit out of him. This like not let him have his moment at WrestleMania. Roman beats the dog shit out of him the night after the next SmackDown. Edge has to vacate or something like that. And yeah, because I don't think Edge said he's full time or whatever.
No, like he said he's going.
I know he has a wrestler on Raw, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I just that match compared to the Raw match, and look, this is not a knock on Bobby or Drew or Miz, whoever going to be. It's just so much high caliber, bro.
Yeah,
it's just high caliber as hell. Give me Cena. Have Cena go against Drew or some shit. You don't even got to be a slap match. Just the fact that Cena back can have me invested in the motherfucker.
Yep.
They say the Scottish man can't do it. Well, folks. But I like this. I like the Roman versus Edge. Roman's about to beat the dog shit out of him. It's gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be lovely. He's gonna put him in a big dog bite. Edge ain't gonna be able to move. He really ain't gonna be able to feel his neck. That's why I'm like, damn, bro. Christian gonna come out, he gonna get concussed. It's gonna be fun, bro.
Yo, if Jey Uso, because I'm still believing that Jimmy Uso should be back by then. I just want to see Jimmy and Jay super kick that nigga and Christian in the head. Be like, what you doing here, Us? Super kick that nigga in the head at the same time. I will cry laughing.
Be back soon, bro. Jay is made out of paper mache, brother.
Jimmy
coming back.
Jimmy.
Yeah, Jimmy. Folks made out of paper mache, bro.
Hey man, I understand, but for the greater good for the tag team division, they're needed. He's needed. Usos are still needed. And plus, I just really want the Street Profits versus the Usos, G, at SummerSlam. I need that. I need that, G. I really need that. But moving on, I think the last match. The women's the women's tag team match. Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler beat Bianca Belair, Sasha Banks. This was an okay match. The only thing that confused me was why the hell is Reginald aligned with the black women, but I guess he realized he was a black man in his Black History Month. But just like some black men, they ruin black women's lives, and he cost them the belt. So yeah, nothing interesting.
When the fuck Reginald gonna cut them dreads off?
I think
them dreads, man. I hate when niggas be having full fucking fades and then have some dreads in the back, bro. Just let them go.
That's the thing now, though. I think
tell some Africans to try to grip that little bitty ass hair.
I think that's just the thing now. But hey, And then we already like it's nothing really say about the WWE Championship Elimination Chamber. Well, like I said, it was a good chamber match. Still, the highlight is Kofi Kingston telling Randy Orton, "Hey, shout out to you hitting them squats. The calves look nice." That was hilarious. That was, and also almost ripping the back of the freaking chamber open so AJ could get out, go around and get in. That was probably the funniest and greatest thing I've ever seen. They really built it almost up to really legit be a great monster heel, better than Khali. If Khali, like it was funny. I was just recently watching this. I think it was when Khali first joined, the Great Khali joined WWE, and they put the belt on him. I was just like, gee, this nigga's stiff as hell, like stiff. But like, it's dope to see almost Osmos, whatever the hell his name is, really have these funny but like most dominant. I'm bigger than everybody else moments. So
yeah.
But other than that, it was a decent chamber. It was a really decent chamber.
Yeah, it was cool. I think like there wasn't nobody who really shined other than like Kofi saying Kofi shit. Drew shined. I ain't gonna cap. Drew looked like he wasn't about to get beat up at all.
Drew looked like he was going to win. Also, that Claymore kick he did to Jeff Hardy. G.
Yeah. Yeah, Drew different, bro. Drew different. He
like,
different.
Like y'all, like people can say whatever they want about the run or how they feel about him being a face. In ring, he has been such a freaking great performer the past year. A great performer.
That man did.
Go ahead. What you said?
But there was no person that had that. Like Cesaro, he was doing so much that you wanted him to win. Like I knew Daniel Bryan was coming out the victor, but you look at Cesaro, he was like, I want this nigga to win. Just to get his ass beat by Roman. But hopefully they could, add up on that. He had this big ass interest. Like he had the fucking 0010 things all flying through. Him standing in the middle on some cyborg shit. Don't know why they call him a Swiss cyborg. Honestly sound like a name that he'd come up with. But yeah, I wish there was more of a person on the Raw side that showed out. AJ wasn't going though. I ain't gonna count.
Yeah, AJ has been like arguably the second, sometimes the best performer on Raw since the draft. Consistently. Like he always shines. I don't like AJ's taking advantage of who he is, and I have no complaints about that. So but yeah, like it was still a decent chamber. So going into Raw this week, since it is recording on Tuesday, Raw opens up with Miz TV. Bobby Lashley cuts probably one of his better promos of his career, honestly, by literally having a real nigga moment. Also, that suit he had on was fire, by the way. He outright told that nigga Miz like, "Hey G, you have 1 hour to tell me if you want to fight me. If not, I'm just gonna whoop your ass, and then I'm just gonna take the belt." I respected that. That was legit. Like, hey, that was probably like legit. I was like, oh, okay. It didn't sound like you could ignore his voice. Like his voice just don't match his body sometimes, but he made it work that time. The tone worked that time. But yeah. So then, anything else interesting happen? Oh yeah. Then next hour, the hour fast forward because there's nothing really interesting happened on Raw like that. Next hour, Miz pops up. Then Adam Pearce pops up with Braun Strowman and Shane McMahon. Braun Strowman like, I want my title shot. Bobby Lashley like, nigga, I want a title shot. Which leads to them having a match. Bobby Lashley beats the shit out of Braun Strowman with ease. Shout out to Braun Strowman literally becoming the big jobber at this point.
It's the big show.
Damn. That's sad. That man, Braun Strowman really is Big Show, G. He's the modern day Big Show.
Fucked up. You never know. You don't don't see it coming. For the something. It's the big show. That nigga killed that song. Whoever the fuck sang that song, fucking killed it.
Respect. It's funny. Big Show has one of the better theme songs, and he didn't have a theme song at all in his whole WCW run. That nigga came out to nothing. He came out to nothing.
First was the, so you telling me first used to come in just to break up fights?
He came out to nothing, and then he'll enter the ring, do his thing, and fireworks go off. I was like, nigga.
Oh, Big Show music was copyrighted. That's why you can't watch it on the network.
No, it's not, because it's a lot of songs that they just sit there and throw in random filler music. Like, trust me. So it's like, it's not that. It's not that at all. That man comes out to silence. There's no way that he's the only wrestler to come out to silence. G. Everybody else had, if they lost the copyright, they'll put some stock music to it. So, like, there's no way that you do the Big Show, who's one of the regardless one of the biggest stars in wrestling. Music. Gee, that'd be fucked up. But that's a different story for a different day. But yeah, Braun Strowman might be modern day Big Show, which is a good and bad thing. But yeah, so Bobby looks like $1 million. Him and Miz fight next week for the belt, which I think Drew wasn't on Raw at all this week. So smart. I think that was smart to do. Like, that way Drew can just pop up next week during that match and be like, "Hey, nigga, I'm here." Which I still think it's gonna be a triple threat going to Fastlane. I strongly believe it's gonna be a triple threat going to Fastlane. I'd be shocked if like, a part of me wouldn't be shocked if Miz holds the belt beyond Fastlane, but I just don't see it either. Like, I just don't see it. But I think Bobby is going to have that belt sooner than later.
Yeah, I can see Bobby with that title. Because you still got the Miz versus Bad Bunny shit.
Exactly. That's going to be, like, that's the go-to. It's going to be Bad Bunny and Damian Priest.
Corner versus Miz and Morrison. So.
Yeah, like, that's the Celebrity Mania match. So either way, I think Bad Bunny has an effect on that match. Shouldn't, but I think he's gonna have an effect on that match regardless. So.
Bro, Bad Bunny come out and do a fucking splash again for Miz to lose the title. I'm gonna laugh my ass off.
That'd be hilarious, especially if you do a frog splash better than Miz. And does the Eddie Guerrero thing afterwards. Even though I know he's Puerto Rican, but Latino though regardless. But shout out to Bad Bunny though. He's actually doing this thing out here. And shout out to Damian Priest legit being a legit bodyguard to my man G. It's funny as hell, but it's getting him over. But yeah, so that was WWE side of things. Unfortunately, something did happen on AEW. Sting took his first bump. Sting took his first bump in years. You gotta remember, this man's 62 years old. This nigga Sting took a power bomb from Brian Cage. Now, Brian Cage is literally built like a big ass fire truck. So, and he also works very stiff. At least to me, he do. So I don't know why Sting thought it was a good idea to take that power bomb, but it's been a meme of mine for at least the past week. So that's what happened to AEW this week. Sting took a bump. We don't know how his neck feels, so whether he performs in their upcoming big event with Darby Allin is subject to change. So
my bad. What you said?
I was talking about Sting getting power bomb.
That's my bad, bro. When we get back, when you add that part, bro, I'm sleepy as fuck. But I got you. First thing, next question.
All right, cool. So we're going to basketball.
Awesome. Well, I can get it too. The rest of me off the tank, my nigga.
All right, cool. So.
Oh wait, AEW did a Black History photo. I laughed because like 12 people there. Look at you.
I didn't know they had 12 niggas on the roster besides Private Party.
Like four of them was
Private
like
Party,
bro.
Scorpio Sky, where the hell his name is.
Jade, Brandy.
Jade is cool. Yeah, Jade is cool. That's a good Instagram follow, by the way. So that's 4.
Brandy.
Wait, no.
Even
Big
though you know
Swole
she don't,
5.
Hobbs.
Hobbs, that's 6. That gay dude, Sunny Kiss.
His name is Sunny.
Sunny Kiss, where the hell his name is. So that's 7.
I think ain't Nia black too. Nyla Rose, ain't she black?
I don't know, honestly.
Well, and then I think it's a couple tag teams, some niggas on Dark.
So at least, Private Party, Jade, Big Swole, Scorpio Sky, I think still pops up. So that's like 5 niggas that still pop up on TV on a consistent basis. At least somewhat on a consistent basis.
I don't remember Private Party being on TV.
Private Party. See, that shows how long I watched the episode of AEW in full. See, fucked up,
folks.
So
people be on Dark though.
That's fucked up. But yeah, so that's it for AEW. That's it for wrestling. Basketball sort of things. Funny thing is, going to this episode, we was going to do our predictions for the All-Star Reserves. All-Star Reserves got announced this evening. So we're going to go ahead and look at that. You can pull it up real quick. Shout out to Watch, as always, you know. Wait, was it? Watch didn't report it was Shams then. Okay, because I don't see nothing on this page. Okay, it was Shams. Watch hasn't tweeted all day. Oh, Watch is okay. Anyway, All-Star Reserves. So, West, Chris Paul, Paul George, Dame, Donovan Mitchell, Rudy, Zion, Anthony Davis. Notable snubs, Devin Booker.
That's it. That's the only snub.
And Devin Booker's going to get in because Anthony Davis is more than likely not playing this game. So, yeah. Next.
Chris Paul, star power. Paul George deserved to be a starter, but I understand how that goes.
Yeah.
Who else? Zion needed to be here. Zion been fucking balling on the Pelicans.
Zion the past, I think 2 weeks, that nigga's averaging 30 and like close to a double, G. Ooh.
He doing his shit. Who else? Dame?
Dame, he, of course, like he's arguably a starter.
But he Hall of Fame All-Star Reserve, so.
Or snub, because it's too many guards in it. It's too many damn guards in the West, bro. Donovan Mitchell, well-deserved. Rudy Gobert, well-deserved.
Well-deserved. I hate to say it, but bro, Rudy Gobert got to be Defensive Player of the Year, so he got to be in the All-Star game.
Yeah.
Don't get no minutes, but he got to be in the All-Star game.
Yeah. And we already said Zion, the Anthony Davis, like he deserves it, but we already know he's not going to play. That's just like add it to the number pretty much with AD. But Devin Booker's more like getting Anthony Davis spot. I understand the frustration of people saying Devin Booker should have got in over Chris Paul. Yes, but this is probably going to be Chris Paul's last one. And then also NBA Player Union president, he made some phone calls. And plus, the nigga pushed for this game. So he was going to play regardless. He pushed for this game to happen.
His play is also putting them at the
over.
level.
He's really pushing them over.
What are they liked?
I think they're like 5th in the West right now. Let me see real quick. Yeah, they're 4th in the West.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, they're 4th in the West. 2 games behind the Lakers and Clippers.
Lakers and Clippers been getting dog walked by teams walking in their arenas lately, folks. Y'all been walking through they shitty.
And we'll talk about the Lakers in a little bit.
Say, hey, nigga. Clippers,
Muggers not putting no respect on their names right now. They just coming in and whooping their ass.
That's scary. Yeah. That's scary.
It is, but it's really no other notable snubs. Like some people, I would say the only person I would say who has a case for a team in the West that has a bad record is probably De'Aaron Fox because he has been hooping. It's just the Kings suck. and they're not even in. And currently, they're not even in the battle for the 10th seed. I mean, battle for the 8th seed right now. So
yeah.
And some people said DeMar DeRozan, but nobody on the Spurs screamed All Star this year. They're just a really good team.
I'm trying to think. I don't think there's any snubs other than D-Book too, but he's definitely getting there. So good job on the West Side, which is 8. No, you got to be a real stat package to find a snub. You know this nigga EFG and all that. Like I don't see anybody on the West.
Yeah, it's like they got the right people. Like the only one I would make a case for is De'Aaron Fox. That's really it. Like I'm sorry, like John Wall has been good, but he hasn't been that good. Cat has been out with injury and COVID, so no. Yeah. Like it's really like the West got it right. They really got it perfectly right. It's just the Devin Booker, but like I said, you can make a case with him and Chris Paul. And he's getting in regardless. Now to the East. We got James Harden, well deserved. Julius Randle, well deserved. Jason Tatum, well deserved. Jaylen Brown, super well deserved. Motherfucking Zach LaVine, let's go. Let's go. All-star Zach LaVine, well deserved. Ben Simmons, I'm a little shocked, but
yeah, I'm looking at that name right now, bro.
And then we have Nikola Vukovic, who is like, look, Vukovic always puts up numbers, G. But it's like, matter of fact, hold on, what? I don't want to be disrespectful because I like Vukovic, G. And then what's the Magic? Bro, the Magic not even in the playoffs, G. But hold on, what's Vukovic?
Well, he the only reason they stay in the fucking playoffs. He 23-11, 3. Yeah, 23-11 3.
24, no, yeah. Well, it's 24, 12, and 4 assists. Yeah. Hey. Those some numbers, bro. Those some numbers. Also, free Nikola Vukovic from the Magic, G. It's been way too long. Free that nigga, G. That nigga is too damn talented.
Some bands.
You said what?
They gave that nigga some bands. They don't have to deal with it.
Yeah, I know, but he at least plays up to his contract. It's just numbers wise, just nigga on the Magic. But yeah, like the East legit does have notable snubs. I'm like I said, there's some it's a couple. It's a couple.
But who deserves to be moved out? Cause that's snub. Like Chris Paul deserves to be moved out for Devin Booker. Who deserves to be moved out in the freaking East?
It's some people saying Baby Sabonis should have got in.
The Indiana ass too. Indiana's worse than the fucking.
Indiana's a 4th seed.
Oh, I thought Indiana was ass, bro.
No. Well, then again, after the East is such a nasty situation because after the Bucks, there's only 2 teams over 500. The Celtics literally can't find stability, so they're under 500. The Knicks and the Bulls are the 7th and 8th seeds. Miami is people saying why the hell Jimmy and Bam didn't make it. I'm like, Miami is just now starting to figure out what good basketball looks like. And they still getting smacked up. So, and then some people said Trae Young, but I'm like, the Hawks have been so abysmal. Boy,
that man Trae Young. Somebody said that man. They said the only reason that man stats like that is that motherfucker live at the free throw line. I watched the Hawks game, G. That man worse than Harden, folks. And it's because he's small. I understand.
Yeah, like he's smaller, so it's like I understand. So it be that way. But I would at least say he gets assists. His assists are legit though. Like even though
Harden's assists are legit.
Harden's assists are very legit, especially now. You know, but like Trae Young, just I wasn't feeling it with Trae Young this year. Like, yeah, he has the numbers, but actually watching the Hawks team play sometimes is just like some of it is injuries. Some of it really is because I think Gallinari just now coming back from injury. The Bogdanovich brother, that guy has been hurt, which is killing my fantasy team, by the way. And John Collins has 1 foot out the door and 1 foot up where he wants to shove up Trae Young's ass. So the Hawks is kind of messy, and it's unfortunate that a black man might lose his job.
Damn.
Trae Young.
Some people saying Tobias Harris got snubbed. Yes, and Chris Middleton got snubbed.
I'm gonna say this: Chris Middleton has a case, but bro, it's just Giannis is just that damn good. But Chris Middleton is having a good season. The Bucks are a top 3 team in the East, I understand, but the East had I feel like each of the top teams in the East have players who are performing way better than him. He has the numbers, but I'd rather give Zach LaVine his credit because he's keeping the Bulls afloat. I'm giving Julius Randle his credit because he's having a hell of a season, and the Knicks are finally close to 500 going into All-Star Weekend. I don't remember the last time they were this close to 500. So, in a way, especially in the freaking pandemic season, I'm probably going to give some people some rewards. Just to, award them, be like, hey, I feel like Zach should have got in last year, but that's whatever. But Zach definitely deserves it. The man is putting up the numbers. And plus, even though, like I said, both the Bulls and the Knicks are over 500.
Yeah.
So it's just I'm rewarding. Like with the East, I rather kind of reward players being great, even though, like I said, the Pacers not having somebody to represent them kind of sucks. That's why I kind of like Vukovic's numbers is just that damn amazing. Where it's just like I see why you picked him, why the coaches picked him over baby Sabonis. I'm still a little shocked with Ben Simmons though.
Bro, Ben Simmons is one. All right, so check it. The one of the games Ben Simmons played that Joel Embiid was out, he dropped 40.
Yeah, I know, and it was against the best defensive team in the league, and he legit looked like how we be using him on 2K. It's the fact.
Who's that? Wait, yeah, the Blazers?
No, that game against the Jazz where they lost. But he looked.
Oh yeah, he dropped 40.
Dropped 40. Yeah.
I think he also had another game once he did that thing too. He mirrored somebody points. Oh no, that's the Jazz game because Jordan Clarkson dropped 40 as well. Damn.
That's the sole reason why he lost that game too.
But no, like Ben Simmons on that end when he's able to play without even that Lakers game, he went crazy.
Yeah, he did
really fucking good.
He did. But he always plays good against LeBron. It's one of those games. He always comes out of body for LeBron. So
now, his defense speaks for itself.
That too. Like if we're rewarding Gobert for defense, you got to do the same for Ben Simmons.
I love Jason Tatum, and his stats prove it, but I don't think his availability does.
He did miss 2 weeks because of COVID, and that was really it.
You know what I'm saying?
I get what you mean. I definitely get what you mean. Like, if you had to pick one player on the Celtics, I'm picking Jaylen Brown this year. Solely because he played.
And the Celtics are ass.
That too.
So they shouldn't even get 2 players. They're ass.
I agree. Because it's. Tobias Harris has a case.
Not even just that. Baby Sabonis.
Baby Sabonis has a case.
Tatum and Sabonis.
Yeah, Tatum, Sabonis. Tatum's in, but like Baby Sabonis definitely has a case. And like Tobias Harris has been really freaking good. Like he's averaging 21 and 8 as technically the second scoring option. I don't know what the hell the Brooklyn Nets is doing, but they cut Iman Shumpert, Andre Roberson, and somebody else, and then plan to sign them to 10-day contracts. That buyout market.
What they trying to make room for Boogie?
They need defense, but who knows? We'll see when it comes to that. But I guess it is what based off what Shams is saying. I guess Watch is on vacation. The Nets are pretty much using this as flexibility in case for the buyout market.
Buyout market is what Boogie. Guess who's a free agent that nobody is picking up probably because of his attitude that I was looking at.
Who?
Portis.
Who?
Bobby Portis.
No, he's on the Bucks.
He's a free agent.
I thought he was on the Bucks.
Free agent.
Bro, I could have sworn that nigga on the Bucks, bro. I saw him in the Bucks uniform. Yeah, he's on the Bucks. He's on the Bucks roster.
Free agent.
Bro, I don't know how you saw that nigga as a free agent. He's on the Bucks. I'm looking at it right now. That's why I'm like, gee, he's averaging 11 and 7. That's why I'm like, gee, he's on the Bucks doing decent. That's why I'm like, there's no way that man.
I swear to God, I was looking at it because I was gonna bring on a podcast. It said notable free agents, Bobby Portis. Whoever shit I looked at that.
Wrong as hell.
Wrong, man. God damn it.
Very wrong. But I'm pretty sure if Bobby Portis was available, like he'll be a good option for a couple teams because like that's a decent small ball 5 and play the 4 and stretch the floor. I know this is a perfect way to move on towards the buyout market because Boogie did just get cut. And the Lakers are interested. But I'm also hearing that Hassan Whiteside might be on the market because that nigga's stuck on the Kings doing nothing. And if I'm the Lakers, as much as I love Boogie, you kind of need another defensive focused big. Especially if whenever AD decides to come back, because I'm not rushing that nigga because of Achilles scares. But if Whiteside is legit available, I'm like, hey.
I got some of the names. I don't know if they're. I'm definitely picking up Whiteside. That's a younger Dwight Howard.
Yeah.
At this point, both pick them.
Yeah.
But I'm looking at some of the notable people that's free agents that before the buyout market, they better hold this buyout market fire. Because number one on this list is Kyle Korver. That's number one. Number two, IT. Number three is Gerald Green, even though I think he'll help a team out.
I think Gerald Green, if I'm the Nets, I'm calling for Gerald Green. Fuck it.
Yeah.
He can shoot and he can run.
Silva, my favorite nigga on 2K.
Silva always finds a contender to be on come playoff time. He'll be somewhere.
Shabazz Napier still a check for
no.
Jamal Crawford, hell no.
Good.
Dwayne
Dedman probably will be on somebody's roster.
Alan Crabb probably on somebody's roster. Frazier, I don't think nobody need a pro call. Michael Gilchrist, I could see him on probably like the Brooklyn. Did he play for Brooklyn before though?
I believe he was on Brooklyn a couple years ago.
Jeremy Lin ain't happening.
Jeremy Lin or Jeremy Lamb?
Jeremy Lin. Yeah.
I think he's on the Warriors G League team.
Yeah. Yogi Ferrell, I haven't heard that nigga name in forever.
Who?
Yogi Ferrell.
Damn, I remember that nigga was cold in college.
He was cold for like 2 days in the NBA too. That's it. Now they talking about Thon Maker and shit. DeMar Carroll was a good pickup for somebody.
He always ends up on somebody's team.
A good pickup. Yeah. Luka Mbamute, I feel sorry. The Clippers made this nigga look like he was ass, bro.
Yo, look, man. Luke Mbamute, that dude, sole job was to play defense. And then I think his last year with the Blazers, he finally learned to shoot the corner 3 at somewhat of a respectable clip. And that was the last time he was on the NBA roster. No, wait, I got him mixed up for somebody else. Nah, fuck Luka Mbamute. Nah, that nigga was just ass.
Nah, Luka Mbamute with the Rockets, sole purpose was to play defense. I think he went to the Clippers. He went somewhere. Like either the Clippers or the Kings.
Yeah.
Then he went back to the Rockets. He was still happy. Remember, some of the Rockets fans was like, if Amon Mute was not injured, they would have beat the Warriors that 1 year, some shit like that.
That was some of the biggest cap they ever said. Like, some of the Rockets fans were really, really that desperate. Like, look, the sole reason why you never beat the Warriors, y'all best chance, but y'all missed 20, or was it, 21 straight threes? And James Harden forgot that he can dribble drive over Klay Thompson? That's why. That's why. Even though I still believe LeBron and Jordan Clarkson probably would have beat that Rockets team.
So I'm thinking the reason the Nets might be moving shit around, and like I said, it's broken if it happens, but it can't happen. They moving space around for Drummond.
That's the only reason why, but like
guaranteed championship. That's no cap.
It is. Like at that point, it's just because
guaranteed.
Unless they run into Philly, because you know Joel Embiid
guaranteed.
Joel Embiid owns Drummond's soul.
Kevin Durant.
You're right. You're right.
Ben Simmons got to guard the fucking guards. Kevin Durant gonna have Tobias Harris on him all game.
So you're not putting Ben Simmons on KD?
Huh?
You're not putting Ben Simmons on KD?
You got Harden and fucking Kyrie gonna be dribble driving the whole entire time. Your best perimeter defender is fucking who? Ben Simmons.
Danny Green.
Danny Green was getting cooked the whole playoffs. He was getting smothered by fucking. No. He was getting smothered by Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler can't even fucking shoot.
Look, man, Jimmy caught the Holy Ghost. There's some things you just can't control, and Jimmy caught the Holy Ghost. Like, that man junked the Tibbs juice that he got from the inside the bubble somehow and went nuts. And that man has not been the same since.
Nigga had COVID, bro.
That's true.
You got that COVID excuse, you straight.
Yeah.
Now, boom. Who you think getting bought out that ain't bought out yet?
Let's see. Who the fuck is Tyler Cook? Why? Yo, man, Waj hasn't tweeted all fucking day. Shams just dropped some heat, and then Waj gives me Tyler Cook to Brooklyn Nets on a 10-day contract. Fuck out of here, man. Shut the hell up. I'm trying to think. Like, I just don't see Drummond getting bought out. Like, if I'm Cleveland, it's like, yeah, I know for a fact that nobody wants to come here to play. But at the same time, at the off chance, do you want to have what? Because literally, I'm pretty sure if they were to try to buy him out, because it's a $30 million contract, but you probably might give him You might give him $10 million, but you're still paying off another $20 million for the next whatever years. So I don't want that money on my books at the off chance that, let's just say, we can finesse somebody for somebody, you know. Detroit, I think, is going to be ass for the next decade. So you can buy out Blake Griffin. I think Blake Griffin's getting outright bought out.
They're not going to be ass for the next decade, bro. 2 years. That Holiday brother is fucking cold. Okay?
On the Pistons don't got a Holiday brother.
Came from the Nuggets. You fucking cold.
They don't got a Holiday brother on the Pistons.
Okay, who the fuck came from the Nuggets?
Jeremy Grant.
Oh, okay, there you go.
Jeremy Grant's a snub too, by the way.
Nigga, he played for Detroit.
I know, but gee, that nigga's averaging 25.
Don't give a fuck. Like, if you play for like Detroit, Washington, fucking the Hawks, then you better be doing what Bradley Beal doing. Average 31. That's it. That is the bottom. Is by far the best player who's playing under 500 other than like Bradley Beal or Westbrook. The best player.
You right. No, you right. You right.
So I can't even believe you said he got snubbed. My nigga chose to go to Detroit. Yeah. You saw what was happening. You saw on the his future.
He knew Blake
No,
Griffin. He knew Blake Griffin hasn't
after
dunked in
he
3
was getting
years.
voted.
That man Blake Griffin has not dunked in 3 years. G. I touched the rim recently, nigga. I don't think that nigga touched the rim recently.
Shit. His style changed, I guess.
It is, but yeah, I think Detroit would just buy out Blake Griffin's contract. I think they just don't care. It's like nobody's coming there. Nobody's going to go to Detroit, but they do have some young players you can build around.
Hey, can Cleveland buy out Kevin Love?
How many years he got left on his deal? But it's also I think they view Kevin Love. It's funny, and I know this might sound bogus towards Kevin Love. I love Kevin Love, G, but I think Kevin Love is viewed as like the legacy of Cleveland. Like they view him as like the legacy of Cleveland. Like, look, G, we just need somebody for this championship team to stick around for a little bit.
What the fuck is his name from Dallas? Fucking
JJ Barea.
Yeah, you call that man JJ Barea. Yeah, you call him JJ Barea.
Yo, G, no, you can't buy him out, G. You have 3 years left.
Oh yeah, he there. Oh yeah, he there.
He there. He got 3 years left on this deal. That nigga's there. So, and he's getting $30 million each of those seasons. That nigga's getting paid. So Kevin Love is there.
The Clippers, I'm calling.
If I'm the Clippers, I'm definitely calling to see about Kevin Love. But I don't remember the last time Kevin Love touched the floor.
That nigga, I don't know if that nigga back is okay. I'm actually concerned for that shit.
I think he just don't give a fuck.
I wouldn't either.
Like, G, I have my ring.
You watch Kevin Saxton and go and dribble the ball all day.
Literally, like I'm straight, G. Like that man is enjoying training Larry Nance to become a 3-point shooter. So, let's see. I'm trying to think on trash teams who can get bought out. Like Blake Griffin's definitely an option. Who's on the Rockets? Because I know they already bought out. I know they just outright released Boogie. No, they don't got nobody. Like, I'm pretty sure they'd be open to trading.
Marc Gasol.
I don't think Marc Gasol gets cut. Unless and this is reason why I say that. They're not gonna cut him because you want as many big bodies as insurance for AD as possible. That's what's going on. Because it's just you want to have insurance. And I know Marc Gasol looks like a freaking statue sometimes. I know. It's tough to watch. We'll get to that shortly. But you just want as much insurance as possible right now. That's the thing. You just want insurance. And you just hope that come playoff time, you really don't need to play Marc Gasol. But at the same time, if you have to, he can at least stretch the floor and he can shoot the three and he can pass. And he will make at least maybe one or two smart defensive things. But we'll talk about that later. But Marc Gasol may be an option depending on what happens, but I don't see it. Like I said, we brought up Whiteside earlier. I don't think it's going to be as busting as people think it is. I think it's going to be more trades than anything. Like, I think it's going to be more trades. Because, like, I'm looking at a team like the Pelicans. I know that they're winning right now, but JJ Redick is ready to go. Like, JJ Redick is ready to go. I know Lonzo's is possibly on the trade block. The Bulls being a high-spoken name. Back to the Rockets. I'm pretty sure Eric Gordon and PJ Tucker is on the block. Hell, even the freaking OKC, like George Hill, Trevor Ariza, and Al Horford are all good options for any contender. And Al Horford's having
Al Horford?
Al Horford's averaging 15, 7, and 4, bro.
Who the fuck else gonna do that?
he's still solid. G. Like I know.
Oh yeah, I forgot that's your homie. Al Horford, your homie. He your top 5 favorite current players. So
Hey, chill, bro. But I'm just saying, Al Horford, George Hill, and Trevor Ariza is on OKC. I'm pretty sure Trevor Ariza is getting bought out.
hell yeah, Trevor Ariza getting bought out.
He's getting bought out. It just clicked in
He
my
probably
head.
end his career with the Lakers again.
Probably.
You need it, especially with Wesley Matthews playing ass.
Exactly. Like us. Jesus Christ, Jabari. Hey man, I feel bad for Jabari G, Chicago legend. Like I said, who else could probably get traded? Who's on Minnesota? I don't think they got nobody worth a damn. If I'm Minnesota, I'm looking to see what I can get for Ricky Rubio, possibly. Let's see. I don't think Grizzlies have anybody worth a damn. No, they don't. If no, Jonas Valanciunas. If I could find someone with Jonas Valanciunas, I'd take it. I'm the Lakers. I'm calling about that. There were rumors, and me and Tyler brought it up to me. He said there was rumors that Dallas and the Warriors would make a trade for Porzingis.
I saw that. I don't know who do what.
I don't know who benefits from the trade, though. Huh?
Would you get Draymond?
I guess you get Draymond and the rookie. Either you're getting you have to be getting something because
wait, which rookie?
Wiseman.
Wrap that shit up. Hell no. You finessing the Warriors at that point.
You are. Because that's why I'm like
has an upside that Porzingis ain't gonna be able to see because of his injury.
I agree. And then, but to me, if you're the Mavericks, you're getting Draymond, but like one of Draymond's strongest things is his ability to play make, and Luka's not giving rid of the ball that easily.
Yeah, exactly.
So like, I don't see why, and like when you do that, you're once again that's another max contract on the books.
If he play like ass, it's gonna be hard to get it off.
Exactly. I know the Spurs are winning right now, but once again, if I hear an offer for LaMarcus Aldridge or DeMar, and I can't say no, I'm saying yeah, I'm taking it. You kind of have to.
Yo, LaMarcus Aldridge can change any team that's a contender right now to a championship team, and DeMar DeRozan can go to somewhere like even the Clippers and turn that team to something even better. So, imagine LaMarcus Aldridge on the Clippers. Oh, and you want to play against AD too?
Hey, I need to know why this nigga's averaging 4 rebounds though right now. LaMarcus Aldridge.
Because that nigga by that 3-point line. And I'm not watching Spurs games. I'm good, brother.
Me neither. I think I watched almost every team in the league but the Spurs right now. That's the only team I have not turned to at all on League Pass. What? No, wait. No, when they played the Lakers earlier, yeah, I did. But LaMarcus Aldridge was not on the court. But yeah, like the trade market might be more busting than what you'll call it. It depends. Because I don't think like one thing about buying niggas out, we're in a pandemic and there's still no crowds. Most of these teams are not really making money like they should be. So they're not willing to put huge money on their books like we think they would, but it's gonna be more trades than we expect though. But yeah, so that's that. Let's go ahead and talk about the Lakers' struggles. So I think the Lakers are on a 3 or 4 game losing streak right now. I know back-to-back weeks we were talking about the Lakers, but the Lakers are really going through it right now. AD has already been out for a full week. Dennis Schroeder is on COVID protocol, so he's going to be out another. I think he won't be back until next Saturday around that time frame. So pretty much it's the LeBron show. Um, they haven't really like the only game I would say they got their ass whooped was against the Nets, and even then there was flashes of like we can still kind of be in this game. Now I watched the game. I watched the end of the game against the Wizards. This this is an example of just like where you kind of miss AD because there's nobody on that court who should be able to stop him on the Wizards. But Montrezl Harrell had a good game, and Marc Gasol was on the court. I know Montrez is ass on defense. You figured it out, G. You figure that shit out at the end of the day. But that was a winnable game. Then LeBron said, "Fuck it." It's just I feel like the Lakers are just in a. It's like they're in their they're going through their point in the season where it's injuries and protocol kicking their ass than them actually getting their ass kicked. Kuzma has looked good though. Kuzma has looked really good.
I don't think it's time for the panic button at all.
Hell no.
Missing your best or second best player. They was looking unbeatable when he was there.
And he was struggling.
Yeah. And then look at how they're looking now. They're losing games because LeBron like to try to make the fuck you threes. So, and they're losing against a team like the Wizards who ain't got shit to lose.
And don't forget the Wizards beat Brooklyn. Took a game winner, but still, either way.
The Wizards on a win streak. They beat a lot of niggas.
Yeah, they've been playing good basketball lately. Russ has started playing like classic Russ again, slowly.
We say that every time this year, but hey, I'm not into the Russell Westbrook hate. But yeah, I'm enjoying. I'm not too worried about the Lakers. I don't like the casual mindset people saying, "Oh man, do we need to panic for what? Y'all defending champs. What are you panicking for?" Anytime you start to panic, if you play like this, you got Brooklyn Nets next in your playoff schedule. Then you start to be like, "Fuck, let's get this shit together."
Exactly.
You can coast through the West. For Brooklyn and the Jazz, to you straight.
Yep. Because let's see. The rest of this week, they got the Jazz. They might lose that game.
Might?
They will lose that game. Portland, that's winnable. We'll see. The Warriors, they should beat them. The Suns and the Kings. And then that's
so they lose 2 games max?
Like I see 2, like either they're going to see that's what 5 games. That's what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Either they're going to go 3-2 or they're going to go 2-3. And I know that people gonna sit there and be like, "Oh my god, well, that's not good." But gee, the main thing for them is AD needs to get as healthy as possible, and at least right now, this is a building block for the others to gain some confidence, and also to see like, okay, do we really need to make another move? Which is more in the front court area because they're very thin in that area compared to last year, which we knew going into the season if any of the 3 of Gasol, AD, or Montrez were to suffer any type of injury, it was going to hurt. So that just confirmed it. But even then, they're still a very deep team. It's just, I can say you lost your best player, your best defensive player at that. But it's like, hey, well, I'm not gonna sit there and say they're suddenly a horrible team. It's just like, no, you just lost your best player. You literally just finished playing basketball 6 weeks and then you started a new season. So it's just like, it's whatever. Like I get like there's some concerns, but it's like nobody's sitting there looking bad. The only person who kind of looks bad, like bad, is Gasol at times, and Horton Tucker is kind of just showing that he's still young. It's not that's another concern. And also, Wes Matthews is ass. That nigga's been ass. So
I think they're gonna get it together. Yeah. I just worry right now. What's the point of worrying when you got LeBron on your team?
Exactly. Like, it's still the first half of the season. They still got a whole nother half of the season to go. They're gonna be fine. I'm not really that concerned. It is like, it's just, you just sit there and look at, okay, we got some flaws, or it's time for the others to figure it out. And knowing LeBron, he always has this moment where it's just like, all right, man, it's almost All-Star weekend. I'm about to coast. But yeah, so that's that. Moving on, get ready to end it. The Nets have been looking really fucking good. Like, even though KD's been out, the Harden Kyrie show has been really entertaining. Even that one game where Harden, it was just Harden, and he freaking came back against, who was that? What was that? Good game. What game?
I forget who that was against.
Was it the Rockets?
Decent team too.
I think it was the Rockets.
Would have been more news.
No, it wasn't the Rockets. Hold on, let me look at they recently played, because I was like, gee, they had no business with it that game. And I was just like, gee, they really won this game. No, it was the Suns. There we go. It was the Suns. Where they were down like 20 and they came back. But watching them, like, as I watch them more, like, offensive, this team is just so exciting to watch on offense, G. Like, it's a very exciting offense. And defensively, they just show flashes of like, okay, we give a damn. And it's just, the main thing is I want to see them continue to grow chemistry with all three on the court, because it's like each time the three of them on the court, something happens. So it's like, that's something I'm looking forward to seeing. But like, they're figuring it out. And when you have a freaking two top, well, even though Katie hasn't been there, but we have two top 15 level players on the court, like, you're gonna figure something out. I think Jeff Green recently got hurt, and I view Jeff Green as like the do it all nigga. He's like the Mr. Fix It. Like, he just does all the little shit that you don't want the others to do. If he misses any major time, it's gonna hurt. But I hope because I heard he did get hurt. I forgot what game it was, but hopefully he's straight. He's somebody I feel like he's important in terms of, he's their most important role player. Let's put it that way. But I like what I see. It's a lot. They put an effort on defensively, like, and they show flashes. It's just, once they really get it together, I think they're gonna be a scary team. A really scary team. Like, I'm not fully sold on them. I'm sold on them making it out the East, but it also depends who they see in the Eastern Conference Finals. That's who it is. It depends on who they see. So that's all I gotta say. Your thoughts?
What'd you say?
What your thoughts on the Nets right now?
Oh, bad. They're a better team than last year, for sure. They're better than who we thought they was, for sure. James Harden's a fucking cheat code. Real bad cheat code.
Is it safe to say James Harden's at his very best as a point guard?
Hell yes. Of course. His MVP season while his MVP. Hell yeah. When he lost to, I think, Westbrook that year?
Yeah.
When he was the number one seed in the West, he duoed with what's his face, Chris Paul, but he was primarily finding him open and stuff like that. But what he doing for Kyrie on that playmaking end? What he doing to get DeAndre Jordan involved with that playmaking end? Shit. That boy good, man. Man, good. So yeah. And KD rested right now. The best player in the East is rested. Brooklyn in a good spot.
Yeah,
they came from being at the absolute mid tier to being number 2 in the East?
Yeah.
Yeah, they in a good spot.
So, shout out to the Nets. Slowly, I won't say slowly, but you quickly proved us wrong, which is all we asked for. Just prove us wrong. So, like, and plus they're gonna be heavy players in the trade deadline. I don't know how heavy you can play in a trade deadline when literally you got 3 max contracts. It's not really many players worth a damn that you can probably afford. But in the buyout market, depending on how nasty it gets, if I'm a player, I'm like, shit, I'm going over there. Especially if shooting threes is my skill set. If shooting threes is my skill set, I'm going there. I'm gonna have a ball. So something to look at. But let's get ready to close this episode out. We appreciate you guys for listening. As always, make sure you follow us on Twitter at Threes from the Ring, at Threes from the Ring. Make sure you copy some You Tweak Your Media merch on Teespring, wherever platform you listen to us on, whether it's YouTube, like, follow, subscribe. If it's SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple, Google Podcasts, make sure you subscribe, make sure you follow, make sure you share. I'll greatly appreciate it. If you can, rate. But thanks for listening, and peace.
Peace. I'm about to say amen. That's how sleeping.